Right, I think we are back. Hopefully it's all okay now. Yeah, I was aware, parkour, don't worry. Right, bad boy on a lap, I do believe. No, he's not on a lap, because he's not going quicker than a 108.6 on this occasion. So he is going back in the pits. About 6.5 minutes left. Bad boy did go quicker, actually. Quite a few of them have gone quicker than we last saw. Pesci and Hazer on a 108.7. But it's not quite quick enough to beat Bad Boy at the moment. The McLaren on a lap, let's check in, as Wizard Rex currently in P8. Did improve on that occasion, and Pesci just about to start his lap as well. And then the Red Bull of Link's piece, but he's not improving, and he's also going into the pits. Mr. Poem ahead of his teammate Steelane. The two Aston Martins about to start their laps as well. Mr. Poem currently P4, Steelane in P12, Rusted Bolt, the only driver without a time, currently in P14. No, it's short qualifying. Short quali. Only 14 drivers, so it's always going to be short quali tonight. If it was 17, 18 drivers, you'd probably get a full quali in, but with the 14, you're only going to get a short qualifying session. So yeah, definitely make sure you go out again if you thought you were safe for a top 10, which you probably aren't anyway. Wizard Rexton slowing down, allowing teammate Pesci through. So let's go with Pesci, shall we? Although it's up to Tajani. Let's go and check in Tajani. He's improving by almost 0.4 of a second. So let's check, and it's only a 109.2 for Tajani. Oh, Pesci, yellow flags for the McLaren. He's lost his wing as well. So Pesci will not be going quicker on this occasion here. And Pesci will have to go into the pits. Currently in P2, he's got plenty of time, just under 5 minutes to get another run in. So all of those at the front, bar Mr. Poem, are in the pits. Mr. Poem just letting his teammate through. Let's go to Steelane then. He is on a lap and he is improving by some 0.2 of a second through the Sector 1 split. And just heading up through turn 11. And Steelane now up by almost 0.4 of a second. Could he get a sub 109 here? For Steelane, I don't think he's on for that, but he could go low in the 109s, at least a 109.1 maybe, possibly a 109.2. Let's see what Steelane can do though as he exits out of turn 14 and onto the straight. Steelane comes in, it's a 109.2 dead on and puts him at provisional P6. Again, should have enough time to go for another run here. But yeah, they all seem like they're getting in and close on a 108 here. What will be the pole time at Netherlands? Will it be a low 108? It seems quite likely. I mean, Pesci and Hazer aren't too far away, of course, Bad Boy as well. You'd expect all of those three to improve on their final runs. And Mr. Poem, this could be the Aston Martin's final run here. And he is seemingly going quicker. So let's keep in check with the Aston Martin here. Mr. Poem just flying round turns 9 into turn 10, which is the second DRS straight here at Zandvoort. And that leads you in comfortably into turn 11, which is a tricky little chicane, and he's not improving. So Mr. Poem could go into the pits now, losing out by more than 1/10 of a second. It wouldn't surprise me if Poem ended this lap. It is quite a short track as well, as you can see from the lap times. You're getting sub 110s everywhere. Obviously, in a race duration, you will be going typically quicker, well, slower than a 110, of course. But Mr. Poem now into the pits, so you may get everybody going out for one final run. Coffee is about to start his final lap as well, unless he decides to also go into the pits. But he's not pushing on this lap. Is he using his battery? Yes, he is. So the Coffee is now starting his final lap, and with 2 minutes 40 seconds remaining. Let's see what the Dutchman could do. Currently down in P12. A 109.660 is his current time. Let's get a gap to the leader on as well for you. Very close, and just 0.06 of a second separating the top three. And you've also got Wizard, Parkour and Lynx all on an outlap now. But obviously you're going to get everybody out within the next few seconds at least. And Coffee improving by 1.5 through Sector 1. And you would imagine he can improve with both S2 and S3. Let's see then, the Dutchman just out of turn 10 now then Is he still improving through sector 2 as a Mercedes out of the way? That will be Parkour about to start her lap as well. But Coffee is improving now by 0.3 of a second. Looking pretty solid as he comes into turns 13 and round the bend at turn 14 as well. And it will be Coffee's final attempt to improve here, and he will be improving surely because that was comfortable in sector 3. And there's a 109.2 to place Coffee behind his teammate, and they are currently P8 and P9. Tajani again is on an out lap. Mr. Perm still in the pit, may not go again. How long is left in the session? We've got yellow flags around sector 2. It doesn't look like Mr. Perm is going to go again, and same with Rusted Bolt. I think Rusted Bolt may potentially... Does he have a quaddy ban? Because Rusted Bolt is not out onto the circuit here, but we'll go towards Mike, who is about to start his lap. Then again, quite a few drivers have kick-started. Wizard Rex is amongst those and improving through the Sector 1 split as well. And he's into Sector 2, onto the straight leading into turn 11, Wizard Rex. Only just improving though by 0.5 of a second. What about Parkour? Up by 0.4, up by 0.6 of a second now, Parkour. And Parkour looking much quicker. Should outpace Wizard Rex, or at least could. Destroyer Jack now starting a lap as well. Let's go back towards Wizard Rex here. And across the line, Wizard Rex goes P4, and Parkour will come to the line as well. And Parkour, let's see if we can drop to her. She reaches the line. Parkour will go P6 just behind Wizard, but is within 0.5 second of the front runners now. So you've got Merc on a lap steal lane as well, just ahead of him. And Link's Peace improving to go P4, just over 0.2 away, but only 4th place for the Red Bull. But the Red Bull pairing do look a threat here for Lynx and Bad Boy, both on the front 2 rows. But for how much longer? Mike to the line, and he goes P5 onto the 3rd row for the Ferrari. And can he stay onto that 3rd row? But there's a lot of drivers still going around. Destroyer Jack will be the next one. And the Alfa Romeo will place his car onto the 2nd row. 1.5 but quickest goes Bad Boy. He's gone even quicker. It's a 108.640. But next up is Pesci. He's rapid. He is quickest. 108.357. Hazer is also improving. We're going to wait on that. Tajani P11. Merc goes in P5. We're still waiting on this man though. Hazer is out of turn 14. Will it be Hazer? Will it be Pesci? Hazer to the line. He goes quickest. 0.12 of a second. And he will take it away from Pesci. Absolutely invincible here. And Hazer will take a bonus point for pole position. And that means he is 9 points ahead going into this race. Absolutely incredible. Hazer 108.345, and that is pole position. I mean, Pesci ran him close, but just couldn't put it all together right at the end there. And Hazer clinches it at the death. Bad Boy in P3, he'll be happy with that one. Destroyer Jack P4, best of the rest, so you may say, as he's ahead of Merc and Lynx, who are onto the 3rd row. And we've got Mike just behind as well. Plenty of improvements at the end though, but it's Hazer and Pesci once again on the front row in Tier 1. And there's the full grid for you. Hazer from Pesci, again just over 100th of a second between them. Bad Boy P3 with Destroyer Jack P4. He will be happy with his efforts tonight. Merc and Lynx P5, P6, Mike P7, Wizard Rex taking P8, Mr. Poem ahead of Parkour, separated by just 0.3 of a second. Then Tajani P11, Steel Lane P12, Coffee P13, a pretty close grid altogether. Loads of battles going on for P1 and P2, and then really P4 down to P13. There's little over 0.4 of a second between them. Rusted Bolt without a time again. I'm not sure if he has a qualifying ban, but he starts down to P14 here. There's the tyres used. Rusted Bolt did apparently use a soft tyre run, but yeah, 0.3 off top 5. I'll take that. Yeah, to be fair, done well, but it was pretty close anyway between all of those down the order. Just a few tenths of a second between most of the drivers apart from the top 3. Anyways, we will have our typical 5-minute break, and we'll be back probably about 34, I'm imagining. Let's see what the race day lounge will suggest. So the race day lounge is indicating we will be going at, will it be 34? Yes it will, 34, absolutely brilliant. Right, and that would also be me. I'll be back in a few minutes time.
Hey, wake your ass up.
Right, and we are back, and we will be getting this show underway here at Zandvoort very, very soon. Let's wait on when the ready up signal was made. I'm pretty sure it's been made already, so we're just effectively going to wait on the start of this race. Although it's not actually been stated that you can ready up, but it is 34 minutes past, so somebody should be readying up by now. Still love that everybody got scared earlier on from me saying Matthew Bassett was going to race. Absolutely amazing. So they were all petrified over that, weren't they? They were like, great, race win out of the way. That's, you know, everyone knows who's going to win now. It's alright. It's alright, lad. We won't do that to you, don't worry. Right, just waiting then. I'm still... Well, we're a minute over, so somebody's got to press that ready up button. There you go. Somebody's done it. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, and 4, and it's 5 lights. And it's go, go, go. Quick start at the front. And Hazer and Pesci. Hazer pulls clear. He is clearly ahead. And Pesci and Bad Boy meet into turn 1. It looks very tight there. Who's going to come through? It's a Mercedes, and Parkour drops back. Yellow flags, but Pesci is just ahead, and Bad Boy has a look down the inside. They are still coming through, but Pesci takes hold and controls P2. Hazer with a great start at the front, and he is clear. Hazer from Pesci and Bad Boy, that is your top 3, and Destroyer Jack holding on to P4 with Merc, Lynx and Mike in behind as well. Tyre situation there, and Hazer has opted for the soft compounder tyre. It's a soft for Hazer, and it's hard for Mike and Tajani Brinkman as well. So it's an interesting strategy call. But let's stick here with Bad Boy. There was a move being made further down though. I think Mike may become under pressure now, as Link's piece will be directly behind him. Merc up into the top 5. Good start for the Williams there. Let's see the not past that. We want to go to the position changes. There it is. Mike ahead of Link's piece up into P6. So. And let's go back to the tyre situation then. Mike losing touch of those ahead. But Tajani, it looks like he's got pace. And here comes Lynx P-set. Lynx is not waiting around. And Lynx easily up into P6 just about. And there you go. The Red Bull is just ahead. I do want to invite Doug back in. I'll quickly send him an invite now. Hopefully it shouldn't take too long. Right, there you go. So Doug has got an invite. Hopefully he can get back in on that one. But let's stick here. I think we'll actually go back up the front towards Bad Boy and Pesci. They have lost touch of Hazer, who has got the 1 second gap. But you'd expect that on the soft tyres, especially for somebody with that pace. So Hazer seemingly has cleared Pesci. But Bad Boy is keeping the McLaren under pressure here. And further down, there are some battles going on, but none of them are side by side. Then again, you wouldn't expect that really, but can Parkour catch up to the back of the field? Still wonder why Rusted Bolt didn't set a time in qualifying. He's down to P13, but has gained a place. Hazel with the fast lap, and Bad Boy still there on Pesci, but not making a move as Merc makes a move on Destroyer Drac. And Merc up into 4th place here. So a big move being made. I did see a couple of weeks ago, I do believe, at Zandvoort. Those two were racing on a Sunday afternoon, but you know, they're back at it tonight. P4, P5 for Merc and Destroyer Jack. And let's go back towards Bad Boy. Keeping close tabs here on Pesci. Couldn't get much closer, just a 1/10 of a second separating them. Some good battle going on. Mr. Perm right behind Wizard Rex as well. About 2/10 between those two. So both McLarens are under some pressure here from a Red Bull and from an Aston Martin. Let's see if Bad Boy thinks about making a move. He will get DRS for the first time in this Grand Prix as Pesci stays ahead. Yellow flags, a problem for Steve Lane. Yellow flags for him, and it is a loss of front wing. A virtual safety car has been called out, but Steve Lane has lost his entire front wing. So whatever happened there, looked like probably just a normal spin, surely. Hopefully for his sake it was just a normal spin, but he is going to have to repair it. So nobody can overtake until the virtual safety car has ended, which will be relatively soon, you'd imagine. Let's see then, Steve Lane will certainly be repairing his wing. You'd rather lose it early in the race than later in the race, that is for sure. So he is now into the pits. The virtual safety car will be about to end as well. And it is not yet ending. Thought it was going to end then, but it's still out, still yellow flags. Got to try and keep within a delta. Would anybody get a drive-through penalty? Try to avoid a drive-through. No, nobody gets a drive-through penalty. Fortunately for all the drivers, nobody has received a drive-through penalty. But good starts for Tajani and Mr. Poem and Coffee and Rusted Bolt as well. They're all close to the rear of Wizard Rex here. Tajani Brinkman here on the outside of Mr. Poem. Not quite got his wheel into a position to go for the move, so therefore has to stay in behind down at turn 11 through the chicane out of turn 12, and he just about stays in there. Pesci has got himself into DRS range. He's got within a second of Hazer. Hazer on those soft tyres, don't forget. So has he lost that advantage here? Quite early on to lose out there, I've got to say. There's a position changes for you. They are battling ahead. Lynx and Destroyer Jack going side by side here. And they continue at it. Big contact. The Alfa Romeo is off. They're way in advance of each other. Contact formed between Destroyer Jack and Lynx Peace there. And Jack has now lost his wing. That might be a safety car as well. It is a full course safety car. That was carnage. That was chaotic. I don't know if Doug clipped that. I'm just going to clip it myself because it makes it a bit easier, doesn't it? Last 45 seconds should do it. That was carnage though. Wow. Destroyer Jack and Lynx Peace coming together there. And it is now a full safety car. The full safety car only came out because Jack lost his wing there. Which was only because he went into the wall basically by himself. So effectively, yes, kind of course a safety car. But the incident, very interesting one, that will definitely go to the steward's room. But Destroyer Jack and Lynx Peace sadly are both down at P11 and P13. Let's see what happens in terms of the pit stops then. Does Hazer think to get rid of his softs? Yes. Yes, he does. Pesci follows him in. Does anybody think about staying out? All of them are pitting. Everybody's in. Mike stays out. Tajani is out as well, so the hard tyre runners seemingly are all staying out of the pits here. And also Coffee and Parkour, so 4 drivers stay out. Not sure on the strategy calls myself. Oh, sorry? The safety car is in this lap. Gabe? What? I mean, that's a glitch. I think that's quite unfair, really. The game called a safety car. For me, that's completely wrong. We're early in the lobby. I would actually say personally that we should, if it has genuinely done that, for me, I would say that we should red flag and restart the race. That would be my personal opinion on it. Yeah, the safety car is in the pits. For me, I think we should red flag it personally. Because that's just, I don't understand that. You can't call out a safety car and then say, oh actually no, we're going to bring it in when nobody's behind me. I mean, that is, yeah, don't know what the game is doing there. But my view of that, it should probably be a red flag and a restart, in my opinion. Because the safety car was called out, but yet it kind of wasn't really. It's like a false safety car. It's pretty much what it was. Destroyer Jack has lost out the most from that, which makes sense. So obviously he had to change his wing. He had to change it again. Because he lost his entire wing, but he did have some of his wing on then, I'm pretty sure. So it must have been the second time that he lost it. I don't know, I think that's unfair, really. I think that's completely unfair to continue on that. Yeah, I would say red flag as well. If Mrs. P is watching, or I don't know. I know you're in a lobby with the likes of Mr. P and, well, you're talking to Mr. P and Merc, right? I would just call it here. Because the longer we go on, the more the drivers are going to think that we're continuing. I think we should call the red flag here straight away. Do it quickly, and then they know that we could just restart the race normally. The quicker we do it, the better. Honestly. Did you get... Because what we'd need from that, we probably have to restart from what? Would we restart on the quali results, or restart from when the safety car was called out? Tricky one, that. If we are going to restart, we need to do it as quickly as possible, though, because we're on lap 8. I'm going to guess maybe Mrs. P isn't available at the moment. So Destroyer Jack and Link's Peace had an incident, DFC. That was, what, just heading around a Sector 1, Sector 2 mark. Just heading into Sector 2, they had an incident, and then Destroyer Jack lost his wing because he drove into the wall kind of by himself, pretty much. Safety car was called out, and then a lot of drivers pitted, as you would. And there you go. I think that's the call. That is good, thank you. That is the call then. So it is a red flag. That is confirmation. Brilliant. Right. Yeah, we'll continue about that, what was going on. And Link's Peace basically and Drac had an incident. Drac lost his wing. Safety car was called out. Drivers pitted as normal. Then safety car came in after one lap, but nobody was behind the safety car. 0 drivers were behind the safety car. It was called in, which basically means it acted more like a virtual safety car when it was actually a full course safety car. So it was very strange. Safety car glitch quite clearly. But yeah, we're definitely getting a restart. It just depends where we start from. Do we start from where we were? Well, then again, Russ's Bolt's have already left. A lot of the drivers have already left. Fair enough. A lot of them seem to know what's going on. So a lot of these drivers don't even drive here anymore, do they? How many of these drivers actually... Who the hell was it? I don't even know who that is. I don't know who that is. I know him. Don't know who that is. Obviously I know. Yeah, no. Harvey. Wow, I've still got Harvey. Crikey. Kestra, that was ages ago. Just go through the friends list. Motion Hazard, that was a long time ago as well. See, it depends really. It depends if we're restarting on quali or if we're restarting based on the last sort of lap. You know what I mean? So if we're restarting on quali, then I don't think it needs to be reported. If we're restarting on the last lap, then I would say yeah to report it. Right, I think he's in, so let's join the game and let's send some invitations. Yeah, it was very strange. What I might do then, I could end the stream, I suppose, and see what the positions were. I don't mind doing that personally. And again, hang on. I clipped the incident. Right, what I might do quickly, if I do this, hopefully can you guys invite everyone in? Hopefully. I'll invite the top one who's on my list, but I want to quickly do something. I want to see this. First of all, you can rewatch the incident. This is not what I'm actually doing it for, by the way. I'm not trying to rewatch the incident. I want to see the positions. I'll just wait for it to load on. So these are the positions going into the incident. And actually, this is the important thing because this is based on that lap, right? So on that lap, let's wait for everybody to cross the line. There's no position changes still. Oh, the only change was Drac and Lynx, but Lynx was ahead of Drac. So if we're actually basing it on this, that should be the positions, but Drac should be behind Lynx, right? Oh, we want to go back a bit. There, that should be the position then. Those positions there. Oh, can we not screenshot a clip? Come on, let us screenshot a clip. Those should be the positions though, I think. So that is where they were before the incident happened. But it just depends if we want to go on that or if we want to go from after the incident. After the incident, it's a bit more difficult because a lot of drivers pitted by that point. And obviously at this stage, only one driver pitted. That was Steve Lane on lap 1. I don't really want to watch the incident on here. I might do it at the end. I might rewatch it at the end, but I'm not going to rewatch it right now. But yeah, that was effectively the positions there. So, don't know. It might be easier just to go on that, to be honest. But then obviously you'd have to be on the same tyre. Do you have to be on the same tyre as the graphic? Maybe Steve Lane gets the option because he'd already pitted, but everybody else really would have to be on the same tyre if we go on that. If we go on quaddy, I didn't get the quaddy results, I don't think. Maybe Doug did, I'm not sure. Wait, did it kick me from the lobby? No, okay. So yeah, it just depends where they want to go from. But if we want to go from that, then yeah. That's why sometimes it could be a good thing to clip an incident. You know, wasn't even meant for that way, but you know, sometimes it can be a good thing. Right, who needs invites then? So who's in? So we've got Wizard, Pesty, Bad Boy, Merc, Lynx. We had a couple more drivers, I know that much. So wait, Wizard, Pesty, Bad Boy, Merc, Lynx. Okay, let's try and figure this one out. So Bad Boy's in. Drac. That's one. There's a second driver, isn't there? Lynx is in, isn't he? Merc, I think, might be the other one. No, Merc's already in. Well, I think there were 14 drivers, so we're missing one. Mike's here. Oh wait, hang on. I just realised I've got an easy way to find out who it was. I could just go on the order that Zevsy clipped in there. Right, Hazer is in. Pesci, well the two McLarens are both in, so that makes it easier. Two Red Bulls should be both in. Yep. Destroyer Jack is in. Mike is in. Mr. Poem's obviously in. Tajani. Alpine. Oh wait, Tajani's the one. Tajani's not in. Let's get him an invite. Tajani. Where are you? I don't actually see Tajani on here. No, Tajani ain't racing apparently. That's a shame. I'm missing his home Grand Prix. I think it'll be easier just to go on that grid. There's not a lot of changes on that grid as well since the start of the race. Only Steve Lane has really lost out. If you go from when it was called out. If I go from when it was called out, I don't think I have that. Then I'd have to rewatch the incident as well. Hang on. Unless I skip... Oh, can I try and skip past it, maybe? Only if it lets me skip past it, I will. How much have we got left? Not much. But then I don't get to see who pitted as well. I know the two Alpines both stayed out. Mike stayed out, and there was one other driver who stayed out. So that was the position after the incident. Um, Tricky to say. I just know that Mike stayed out and was actually leading. Then it was the two Alpines. But obviously Giardi's not racing, so it would have been Coffee P2, and then there would have been someone else P3. I'm not sure who. Parkour, maybe. Parkour stayed out. Yeah, it was Parkour who was P3. That was literally it then. Which chat am I checking? Which chat, Doug? I've only gone in the admin chat. What, lounge maybe? I think if... I mean, we can just restart from the quaddy positions, I guess. Technically. Hopefully there won't be a safety car that screws everyone over in this one. I'll be interested to see. I will check the race director to have a look, see what the grid is though. And then obviously I'll go off it. Maybe later in the race I can have a rewatch of the incident on here, I don't know. Right. So race just seems to be getting underway. I think people are readying up, so... And we're also being told a 3 tyre choice. So you can choose whatever tyre you want to start on. It's up to you. And the grid will be from when the safety car was called. Okay. Oh, so it was pretty much done after the incident then. So the one that I saw, right? The one that I showed you, I think. I'm pretty sure. So the one right after the incident, okay. Like, you really must have got a very quick snippet of that one. Probably should have given you more time to have a watch of it, crikey. But yeah, I might rewatch the incident later on, to be fair. On stream or off stream, just depends if I can remember, to be honest. But I will say then, based on the fact that we're doing it after the incident, Drac, that you'll be better off posting it. Because obviously, lost a lot of places. Link's lost places as well, so you both lost a lot of places, so I think both drivers should put it in. Anyways, part 2 of Zandvoort. So obviously we'll get a few minutes before readying up as well. So hopefully nobody decides to ready up early. Let everyone get their setups on, their fuel. And obviously their strategy, because again, everybody can choose whatever tyre they want to start on. So if you want to start on the softs, you can start on softs. Wouldn't shock me if Hazer goes a bit different. He might not want to start on softs this time. To be honest, I don't really understand why Tajani's not racing this one, because if we did full quad, it we'll be starting a race around now anyway.
I am stupid. Do you know what that was? That was a smooth operation.
Carlos, check.
Right, it is now 2 minutes past 9, so we are due to get underway. Bit of a shame we didn't wait the extra 5 minutes, isn't it? Yes, it is race time. Very much so. For part 2 at Zandvoort. Fingers crossed it goes better. And obviously, be careful if there's a safety car, because it might not be a real safety car. It might basically be a virtual. Hopefully it doesn't stuff up this race. Fingers crossed. So I do believe, because it was after the incident, so Hazer I believe will be starting on pole, but I'll double check it anyway. Obviously links and tracks will be starting further down. I'm sure somebody's readied up by now. Must be eager to get underway here. The drivers anyway, you'd imagine. And that 9-point gap after Hazer's pole position. And here we go, and Hazer and Pesci are on the front row. It's 4 and it's 5 red lights. And at Zandvoort, it's go, 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 and it's Hazer and Pesci at the front of the field. And Hazer again repeats his strategy from before. Soft tyres for him, and he gets away well. Was there a little bit of contact there further behind the Red Bull and potentially the Williams? And Merck out alongside Mike, they're squabbling, and Merck is a little bit onto the curb. And it means that Mike goes through a lock-up from Wizard Rex. And he's battling here hard with Mr. Poem. And there are yellow flags further back. Let's check on the tyre situation. But Parkour is the one who's brought out those yellows. Track map on as well. Yeah, Parkour. Similar to what she done last time around. She's back at the back. Maybe she's enjoying the back of the field. And there you go. Mr. Poem losing out. Mercus lost out to Mike as well. So Mike up to P4. Wizard losing out to Poem. And Poem up to the top 6. Bad Boy has opted for the softs. Everybody else has opted for the mediums. Bar Hazer and Bad Boy. Pesci and Petrine also on the medium tyres. And a grid. Steelane will be happy that he's got away cleanly, it seems, on this occasion. P11 at the moment, and half a second back from Link's Piece down in the order. Only P10. Rusted Bolt was the big winner out of all of this, starting in P9, having qualified in P14 effectively. And a three-way battle here between Hazer, Pesci and Bad Boy. Hazer taking the wider line, and now coming together. Bad Boy and Pesci are side by side. Hazer just ahead. Pesci v Bad Boy, and Pesci just about bends off the Red Bull, but Bad Boy will get the exit he needs, and they are side by side once again. Bad Boy has still got a wheel there, continuing at it, scrapping away in sector 2, and Bad Boy makes the moves perfectly. He is up into P2. The McLaren could not fight it back. Great move there, and the Red Bull powers on. Next up will be Hazer. Speaking of which, Hazer runs a bit wide. Bad Boy will get a chance. Will he get the run he needs? Oh, a little bit slippery out of turn 10. That will compromise his exit as he looks for a move into turn 11. Not quite making it there. Bad Boy though. Big move on Pesci. Almost made another one on Hazer. It's edging closer. They're both on the soft tyres and they are running 1 and 2 here. But the rest of the field on mediums are pretty much all in DRS apart from Parkour, who was only 1 second away. Hayes at the fast lap of 1:12.3, but I'm sure Bad Boy was not far away. Speaking of which, he is definitely not far away from the AlphaTauri, still competing hard over P1 and P2, but no moves yet being made. And how are they all going through? Down at the hairpin, they all seem pretty clean and tidy so far. Maybe a squabble here, potentially. Lynx and Rusted Bolt, they're getting close together. But Lynx piece just in behind at the moment, and they've got the rest of the field. Let's go back up. And Hayes and Bad Boy still there, running at the front of the field. But Pesci is not far behind. Then you've got Mike, Merck, and Mr. Poem. Wizard just dropping back a little bit, 1 second away now. Here's the second McLaren driver. And that'll be good news for those in the top 6. Let's see Hazer versus Bad Boy, both on those soft tyres as well. Bad Boy is still getting incredibly close. We will be getting DRS on the run through into turn 1. And I think Bad Boy may decide that he wants to make the opportunity. Will he make it last? Because he will surely make the place here. And he will go for the lead side by side into turn 1. Bad Boy goes through a 12-0 as well for the Red Bull. And he goes ahead of Hazer, so up into the lead he goes, and Coffee has taken Wizard Rex up into P7 as well. Oh, Wizard Rex did not get a DRS from the rear of Mr. Poem there. So a Lynx piece just behind Rusted Bolt as well, still not trying to make a move yet. Destroyer Drac has made a move on Steel Aid. Both Steel Aid and Parkour drop back now. Parkour is 2.5 seconds away. Let's see, let's continue at the front then between Bad Boy and Hazer. Pesci's done well though to be within a few tenths of a second. He'll be happy he's not dropped back like he did in that first event, as Hazer has gone a bit wide there. That will compromise him greatly because Pesci is now all over the rear of Hazer. And down at turn 13, which will lead you into turn 14, round the bend. Hazer will get DRS, he has got DRS, but Pesci is coming. Hazer is coming as well. Great overdrive here from Hazer. He's going for it round into turn 1, side by side. Pesci will be watching. Pesci goes for the tight line as well, but Hazer hangs on to P2. He was looking at P1, but he was having to defend from Pesci as well. But they all stay in P1, 2 and 3 as well. Hazer not quite able to make the overtake just yet. Shall we drop back down a little bit? I think we will. Lynx piece now on the rear of Wizard Rex. Wizard has lost a place to Rusted Bolt. Will he lose another place here to the form of Lynx piece? The Red Bull incredibly close here, pulling out, looking for the overtake, but not quite making it into turn 8. And now through to T9. Again, Wizard Rex just having to defend, and only now defending from Lynx. And then he's got Destroyer Jack on the rear of him as well. This is for a place in the top 10 for Destroyer Jack, who's down to P11. I do imagine that incident between Lynx and Jack in the first lobby, effectively. That will be looked at by the stewards, taking into account that they have both started down the order. But again, if there's another safety car, you've got to be careful, because anything can happen under that safety car. Go back towards the front because Hazer was closing in on Bad Boy. No move being made into turn 1. And let's see anything else. Wizard Rex keeping close tabs on Rusted Bolt with Lynx and Jack still in there. Let's go back up again. And Bad Boy and Hazer are not really running away with anything here. The soft tyres not working as effectively as the first lobby. And Pesci well within closing range here of Hazer. Definitely a big gap towards Mr. Poem now, who's lost tabs, 1.3 seconds away from the top 5. Merck and Mike are key features in this as well. So you've got Bad Boy, Hazer, Pesci, Mike and Merck, who are all 1 second clear of Mr. Poem. Poem has got Coffee behind him. Coffee has got Bolt, Wizard and Lynx all for company. Speaking of which, Lynx closing in on Wizard, making a move down the inside into turn 11. Wizard defending it hard on the outside of Wizard, keeps the Red Bull at bay, but for how much longer? Lynx was attacking the McLaren. The McLaren goes wide, and through goes Lynx Piece. The Red Bull is on a roll, and he's now got Destroyer Jack coming. Jack takes Wizard, and Jack will look to make a double overtake. He does it in fine form. Destroyer Jack takes Wizard, he takes Lynx, and Wizard is now attacking Lynx as well. Unable to do it, but Jack takes 2 places in one corner down the straight, and Jack up into P9, taking full advantage of the squabble between Lynx and Wizard Rex there. Great move from the Alfa Romeo. Can he hang on to it? Lynx will keep him under that pressure for the next lap or so, that's for sure. Back towards the front, Pesci, Hazer, they're still behind Bad Boy. Bad Boy's got some good pace on those softs, not quite as strong as what Hazer was in the first lobby, but it's done very well. Nobody opting for the hard tyres on this occasion though for the start of the race, and nobody having to make an early pit stop like Steel Lane had to. Although Steel Lane and Parkour have dropped back from the rest of the pack. Look, the top 11 are all battling each other. Mr. Poem has got Coffee right behind him now. Back towards Pesci, who's just trying to ensure Mike doesn't get ahead and also putting out of the slipstream. I think he's trying to avoid a dirty air. Mr. Poem has dropped back a couple of spots, losing out to Coffee and losing out to Rusted Bolt, but still side by side with Rusted Bolt here. Good little battle this one. Losing out to Coffee, but Bolt squeezing his car through, and now Destroyer Jack all over the rear to Jack, and Lynx having a look down the inside of Jack, not able to make the overtake as well. Little 5 or 6 way battle going on for P6 at the moment. Coffee half a second ahead of Rusted Bolt now. Actually, you could argue this battle is a little bit closer than the front group at the moment. Bad Boy, Hazer, Pesci, Mike and Merc are still there, but those 5 drivers are not putting too far clear of the rear, because Coffee at 1.7, not too far away, given that Poem was more than 2 seconds away not long ago, just a lap ago in fact. See Destroyer Jack still looking to close in here on Mr. Poem. 3.5 tenths to gap. Just depends what is the straight line speed of the Alfa Romeo, who may go for the overtake here. He is going for the overtake here, and down into turn 1 Jack will complete the overtake, and he gets himself clear of the Aston Martin. Up into P8 now goes Destroyer Jack, and Parkour opts for an early stop from the medium tyres. Is it going to be a 2-stop strategy for Parkour? Next piece next up for him will be Mr. Poem. Poem sadly losing 3 places in a couple of laps, and will be under pressure from the Red Bull and the McLaren behind. Rise back up then towards the 2 title contenders. So actually would drop down because Lynx has lost out, and off goes Destroyer Jack. Destroyer Jack has lost places here, and big places. Lynx takes him, and I think Steel Lane may be about to take him as well potentially here. He will get DRS. Jack will have to get the dust off his tyres here and dust himself down effectively, as Steel Lane couldn't quite make the overtake on him. And Jack now down to P11. Having made a few good positions, he's lost out, and lost out quite large. And also losing out there was Lynx P, so they both made errors here on lap 9, leading into lap 10, and now Rusted Bolt taking Coffee, and the AlphaTauri is up into P6. Coffee unable to defend it, he didn't have DRS as well. So Rusted Bolt up into P6, can he close in on the top 5? The gap is at 2.4 seconds. So Rusted Bolt has got a big job to do if he wants to catch up to the front runners here. We'll stick with this little battle. Jack still there with Steel Lane. Steel Lane actually did get through on Destroyer Jack actually, so up to P11 now. That just won't help the race for Destroyer Jack. Down the order after that error, which saw him run wide down into turn 9. Sort always tricky getting on that curb. If you get on the curb, you could be at risk of losing places, and that is certainly what happened with the Alfa Romeo. And now Merck deciding that he's had enough of Mike's pace, and he's made a move. Mike did not have DRS down the straight, which is perhaps why Merck made the move, and Link's Peace has opted for an early stop as well. It's going on to hard, so it's going to be hard tyres to the end for the Red Bull of Lynx, unless he's opting for a two-stop strategy here. And Parkour showing up as purple through the sector 2 as well, but Parkour won't be able to get close towards Lynx, even though Parkour is on the soft tyres. Bad Boy's pace looking good though. Parkour fast lap of 1:11.586 on those softs. But sadly, quite a way behind Lynx. That gap almost 9 seconds. About 8.5 seconds in fact between the Red Bull and the Mercedes. Pretty much the gap between Max Verstappen and any Mercedes driver in qualifying, I think. Right, let's stick with... Let's go towards Pesci actually. Now within 3.5 tenths, 4 tenths behind Hayes down the straight. Is he going to think about overtaking his rival? He is. He's getting closer. He's getting closer to turn 1. Hayes takes defensive line, but Pesci will go round the outside, side by side on the two title rivals. Pesci will hold it. Hayes is still ahead for now, but they are still there. 300th of a second between them, but Hayes are just ahead. And Pesci had a little gentle look down the inside, couldn't make it happen. And on the exit of the hairpin, Hayes stays in P2 and Pesci in P3. And sadly for Merck, not in DRS range now after having that battle with Mike. Mike lost DRS on the top 3 and Merck hasn't been able to get it back as well. Mike certainly losing a bit of time at the moment towards Merck. Let's see what Pesci is going to do here as well. Now out the bend, out of turns 13 and 14, down on straight again. Is Pesci close enough to make a move? Certainly gaining speed down the straight. He might have lower downforce potentially than Hazer. Mr. Poem gets a 5-second time penalty, speeding in the pit lane, and he's getting rid of his medium tyres now. That penalty may hit him hard to come the end of this event. He is opting for a fresh set of mediums, and he may drop in behind Link's Peace, I think. It's actually going to be very close between them. Should we drop down? Because it is close between those two. And Link's Peace is just ahead. Back towards Pesci will go. Mike still closed on Merck. Coffee is still closed on Rusted Bolt as well, so a few battles still occurring. But Azad Bolt, it is Bad Boy who looks good on his soft tyres. Sadly, since Mike lost DRS, he has not been able to get it back, neither has Merck on the top 3, so that gap is about 2.5 seconds from Pesci to Merck. And now Bad Boy, Hazer and Pesci are going at it here. And Hazer again taking a defensive stance. This will allow Pesci for a potential overtake. They are side by side going at it. No contact being made between them. On the exit of turn 1, running down into turns 2 and 3, down at the hairpin. And Pesci makes the move. But he runs deep. Hazer, does he get the exit he needs? He doesn't quite. Pesci makes the move despite going deep. Down at turn 3 for the hairpin, and Pesci's up onto the front row. P2 for the McLaren, but Hazer will try and get him back. Pesci also out of battery rather. Again, that could compromise him a little bit here. I just wonder if Hazer will opt to do something different here. Will he go for the overtake on Pesci? Will he hold him behind? Knowing Pesci is going to be struggling on his battery. He might just hang in behind there. He's on soft tyres, don't forget, Hazer. So he will probably pit earlier than Pesci as well. So we'll wait and see when these drivers opt for their first pit stops at the front of the field. Obviously, Lynx, Mr. Perm, Parkour, all the drivers outside the top 10 have all made a pit stop, and Hazer's in. Hazer's had enough of his soft tyres. He's got plenty of battery left as well, but he's now in. And also Merck has lost out behind Mike now. Mike up onto the podium. Wizard Rex ahead of Drax, delaying there. Hazer has opted for the medium tyres, so he's going mediums to the end now for Hazer. Can he take his mediums to the end, or will there be another safety car? He does not want a safety car anywhere around now. That would be infuriating for the AlphaTauri. He cannot afford a safety car anytime soon. Either way, soft to medium is the call for Hazer then. I wonder if Bad Boy's thinking about stopping around this lap as well. But we are on with Pesci for the time being. Let's see if Pesci makes the move. Does Bad Boy pit? Does Pesci go for an early stop to go for hard tyres as well? They are doing different strategies, but Hayes opting for the mediums. May bring a little bit more of a challenge to these two, and Bad Boy has decided that he's coming straight into the pits then. And is it going to be mediums as well for the Red Bull? And it will be medium tyres for Bad Boy then. And who will be ahead? Will it be Hazer or will it be Bad Boy? And into the pits also comes Merck. And Merck getting rid of his mediums. Should go onto the hards, you'd imagine, unless it's on for a two-stop. And it is hard tyres for Merck. And that is Hazer there, so Hazer has got ahead of Bad Boy. And Bad Boy drops behind the AlphaTauri. A gap only about 0.8 of a second between them. But this could be what Hazer was hoping for, to get ahead of the likes of Bad Boy and Pesci through the pit stops and try to hold it until the end of the race. So Merck now is on the rear of Mr. Perm, both battling for the championship as well. Well, not for the championship, but they are battling with the likes of Rusted Bolt for P4. So they've got to be careful here, make sure there's no incidents between them. They don't very often have an incident, so they should be okay on that respect. But are they going to go racing on this lap, or will they hold it for P10 and P11? Don't forget, Perm also has a 5-second penalty. Just go up the field for now. Pesci has opted to stay out, as is Mike, Bolt and Coffee as well. Will anybody think about a soft tyre run later on? Jack making a move down into turn 1 on Wizard Rex. So up into 5th place he goes, and Bad Boy now closing in on Hazer. Both still battling over P7 and P8. Bad Boy's pace here seems quite impressive. Still in P8, but keeping the pace alight with Hazer and Pesci, that's for sure. We've got Merck closing in on Mr. Perm. The gap just a couple of tenths of a second now. Back towards Bad Boy. Purple through the sector 1 split. Is he going to get a fast lap here on his fresh medium tyres? Potentially could, you know. Possibly could. It's keeping Hazer under pressure here as well. So it could be a fast lap incoming for Bad Boy. And it's all over the rear of Hazer. Hazer maybe a little bit disappointed that he's got him for company, and Pesci's gone into the pits. It's got to be hard tyres then for Pesci. Now that makes things interesting, because Pesci will go for hard, and Bad Boy on the inside line, he's already made a move. He's going to get DRS as well. So he's got ahead before turn 14 effectively. And there you go, fast lap of 1:11.341 for the Red Bull. And he flies past Hazer as well. And Pesci out of the pits, quite a bit behind. It's on the hard tyres though. And Merck did get through on Mr. Poem, and Merck up into P8 now, just behind Lynx. Is Lynx going to the end on his hards? They are 7 laps old. 5 laps older than Merck's hard tyres. I think he'll be under a lot of pressure from the Williams driver. And again, if we get a safety car, it would make things interesting. Still no safety car though, and we have done half the race, 18 laps here on this second restart. Thankfully, we haven't had to do another restart at least, or anything like that. So fingers crossed the lobby stays good. Got Link's piece just trying to hang on to Pesci here. I think he might lose DRS, unfortunately. Not going to get the grip he needs. And there you go, he's outside of the 1 second window. You'd imagine now Merc is going to go through. Let's quickly go up towards Bad Boy, who looks very quick. A 1:10.9, and through he goes on Wizard Rex. Hazer cannot compete with Bad Boy, it seems. Merc makes a move on Lynx, and up into P7 he goes as well. It's 2 moves down the straight, but Bad Boy's pace here looking very impressive. Very tidy from him. But you know what's coming up for Bad Boy? Rusted Bolt, and here's a side-by-side battle between Wizard and Hazer. And Wizard Rex holds on to P4. He's definitely going to fight hard, because don't forget, Pesci on the hard tyres just behind him. Hazer doesn't go for a lunge at turn 9. And now on a run through to turn 10 with the wider line, Hazer decides to hold on to a tight line. And now Hazer may go for the move into turn 11. But he's going to hang in behind there. This is all allowing Bad Boy to gain pace here. Rusted Bolt, I mean, he's got to think about his own championship as well. He's fighting to hold on to P4, maybe even end up P3 ahead of Lynx if Lynx keeps dropping in pace. But here comes Hazer down a straight into turn 1. He gets DRS and he will make the move on Wizard Rex. Wizard not able to fight it with the AlphaTauri. And there you go, Hazer now up into P4. But Wizard Rex done a great defensive job there on Pesci. But now the question is, can Rusted Bolt do the same thing on Bad Boy? Bad Boy, it looks incredibly quick, imperiously quick around this track here at Zandvoort. And I've got to say, if there's one driver who could stop him now, it could potentially be Rusted Bolt. And not necessarily Rusted Bolt beating Bad Boy, but Bolt could hold up the Red Bull here. Bad Boy's going to go for the overtake, he's going to go for it already. And into turn 11, the last chance, but he's held on to it. Bolt has held on ahead of Bad Boy. And this is going to be crucial because Bad Boy is going to make a move on Bolt on this lap, but Hazer is going to be about 2 seconds behind him. And Rusted Bolt there, as you can see, he's still trying to hang on. He's still hanging on there. Bad Boy's going to go for the move. Bolt goes defensive. Bad Boy goes for a late lunge. A little bit late there, but he makes it stick just about. I wasn't sure he was going to go for it. It's almost like he second guessed himself, but he does make the move stick just about. And now Hazer will try an edge closer, but now Bad Boy, he has got Mike ahead in the Ferrari. Mike may not fight as hard, but he may still fight it. Wizard into the pits in that McLaren. He's opted for soft tyres to the end here. 15 laps on those tyres. But let's see if Bad Boy can make a move on Mike. And this is for the lead of the race as well. Hazer is trying to close on a Rusted Bolt. Pesci a few seconds further back. Different strategies are at play. Bad Boy looks the quickest driver out on track here. And next up for him is Mike. Let's see. He will get DRS on Mike as well. Mike could opt for a stop onto the soft tyres here, or will he play a part in a championship fight? Definitely taking a tighter line. Bad Boy's not having any of it. And Bad Boy goes for it. Bad Boy leads then on lap 21, and into the pits goes Rusted Bolt. He gave Hazer DRS, and Hazer now into turn 1. The gap between him and Bad Boy is 3.4 seconds. And Pesci is 2.9 behind Hazer. Not sure if that undercut worked for Hazer. It clearly hasn't. Bad Boy's pace has been very, very strong here at Zandvoort tonight. So at the moment, just sticking with our coffee right now. We're seeing if he can make a move on Permies on 5 laps. Fresher tyres as well. We'll give Coffee a chance. And he's got Destroyer Jack just behind him. Both on the hard tyres, Coffee and Jack. They're not too far behind are Mike and Bolt, and they're both on softs. It does look like a two-stop strategy for Mr. Perm as well. I don't think Mr. Perm is going to be able to hold up Coffee here. I think Coffee will sail past. Will Drac follow suit? We've seen Drac making moves down the straight, and he may do another one, and there you go. He's going to make his move on one driver. Is he going to go down the inside of Coffee? He hangs it in there a little bit. Coffee gives him a space. Coffee just about stays ahead of Destroyer Drac, but Drac makes a move, as does Coffee, on Mr. Poem, and they're both into the top 7. See if Destroyer Drac can make his move on Coffee. Now both on the same tyres here, 5 laps on the hard tyres, but Mr. Poem 10 laps on his mediums, and Mike is just behind him as well. Parkour retiring in the pits, so P13 for the Mercedes. No points for that team. Kennedy, of course, not in attendance in this race. I don't know, maybe Parkour just wanted to watch the final laps in this race, possibly. Fair enough if that's the case. But there you go, 4-way battle then is occurring here. I'll say a 4-way battle. It is a 4-way battle, effectively. Coffee, Jack, Poem, and Mike. And Mike makes a move on Mr. Poem now. Mike got DRS? I think he does. Mr. Poem is just hanging on right now. But Rusted Bolt on those soft tyres is 2 seconds behind. So he will get DRS potentially on the next lap here. On lap 24. Bad Boy looks incredibly quick. I mean, wow. Pesci is right behind Hazer though. So this could be big for our Pesci. If he wants to win this championship, he needs to get a move on Hazer. It is double. Oh, Hazer's off! Hazer's made a massive mistake! Massive error. He'd done it around down at turn 9 in 100% tier, I recall. Between turn 8 and turn 9. Oh, Bad Boy as well! They've both made errors! First it was Hazer, second it was Bad Boy, and Pesci now leads Zandvoort. What is going on? It's chaos, it's entertainment, and Hazer and Bad Boy have made massive mistakes here on lap 24, and Pesci leads out of nowhere. What has happened? Lap 24 could be a title deciding lap here. And this could be crucial because Merck now is going on the offence on Bad Boy. Into the pits goes Link's Piece, and Merck is onto the podium. What is happening? Here is Advol. Bad Boy is sliding as well. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was looking so comfortable for the Red Bull, but he is now making error after error after error, and he's down to P4. Absolute insanity at Zandvoort, and it has woken up the crowd on lap 24. Unbelievable. Bad Boy has gone from incredibly likely to win to down into P4. He will not be happy with that. Merck will be delighted he's on the podium. The man who will be over the moon will be Pesci. The fact that he saw Hazer off track first of all to make a move on the AlphaTauri, and then all of a sudden a quarter later, or 2 quarters later, Bad Boy was off. Absolute crazy scenes here. Wow. You're awake now, yes. I'm awake now as well. Because it's all been set alight there. Let's drop down because there's a little battle going on between Jack, Coffee and Mike, and also Bad Boy about to make his move back on Merck and going back onto the podium side by side into turn 1. The Red Bull sails past and up to P3, but we're going to have to watch this one. Coffee and Mike having a look down the inside of the Alpine. Has he got it? They'll be on contact, bit more contact. They love each other because they're giving love taps left, right and centre. But Coffee stays ahead. Mike with a wider line. Down on the hairpin. Out of turn 3. Leading into turn 4. But Coffee stays ahead of the Ferrari. Mike on the much better tyres. 4 laps on softs. Coffee 8 laps on hards. And Mike is going to be all over that Alpine there. Wow, what has happened since lap 24? The last 2.5 laps have been mental. Absolutely mental. And now let's keep on with Mike. Out of turn 10. Sadly for Mike, Coffee also gets DRS leading into turn 11, so Mike won't be able to make the overtake here. You see the pace Bad Boy has got, the fact that he's almost got Merc, out of DRS already. And well, he's got a second on him, but I do believe Merc gets DRS down the straight. But still, you can see the pace Bad Boy has. He can still win this potentially, Bad Boy. Do not yet rule him out of a potential win. Hazer is in a bit of trouble though. Oh, a bit of contact there from the Ferrari of Mike into Coffee. Not too much though, just a little bit. Opting for a bit of a wider line, which will give him a good exit. Coffee gets a good exit as well though. Is he getting the run that he needs on Destroyer Jack? That's the question. Not quite. So they will stay in their current positions here. Nothing going on further back. Lynx is on mediums. Mr. Poem opted for a fresh set of softs. But Lynx pace here could be in a good place to pick up a couple more places potentially on Wizard and Steel Lane, but it's not been a good race for the Red Bull, not been a good race for Mr. Poem down a P12. So driver of the day contenders, we've got to think this through. Pesci's got to be up there. I mean, how was he leading? I don't even know. Merc could be on there. I was thinking Bad Boy. He was a clear contender for me through the first 23 laps of this race. But lap 24, has he written himself off? Or can he get himself back in the fight? Hayes has not lost much time actually. He's gaining a bit on Pesci now. And here comes Mike down the pit straight, and also Coffee as well. Closing in on Destroyer Jack. But they still remain in a line here. And Rusted Bolt though. Rusted Bolt also on 6 lap old softs is in there. And also Lynx making a move on Steel Lane with the fast lap as well. With a 1:10.907. Let's go back up towards Mike. He is putting the pressure and applying it full throttle. And here he comes on Coffee, not quite making the overtake low. And on the exit of turn 7, leading into turn 8. They're almost nose to tail here, pretty much are. And Mike couldn't get much closer to the Alpine, even if he wanted to place his car better. He couldn't be a lot closer. Oh! What happened there? Did Coffee just stop? Mike is out of the race. What happened? It's a virtual safety car. It looked like Coffee just stopped. Did he stop? Clipping that one. It looked like he just stopped all of a sudden there. I've got to say, Mike didn't just go into him. Something happened there. Whether Coffee just stopped the car or something, or if he lost it, maybe. It's a virtual safety car. All of the leaders are pitting, but that has very much confused me, that incident, I have to say. Because Mike didn't just go into Coffee there, he didn't just go into him. There was some form of stoppage there from Coffee. For sure. It is a full safety car as well. It's soft tyres all round. We've got a race on our hands here. Out of nowhere. They're all on soft tyres now. I mean, what has happened there though between Coffee and Mike? Again, I don't think that's on Mike, because Mike was the car behind. He didn't just go into Coffee. Coffee, I'm not saying he brake checked him. I don't, I'd like to think that he hasn't. We've had Coffee in this league long enough that he won't normally brake check people. That just doesn't happen. But did Coffee make an error out of turn 10? It must have been something. Did he get himself on the curb a little bit, maybe? I mean, I'd definitely like to re-watch that again. I don't know, shall we have a little... We can actually put, let under safety car. Let us see. Can we re-watch it is the question. Oh my god, it might let us. The under safety car, it's the best time to re-watch it, isn't it? Let's re-watch it then, shall we? Right, so you got Mike behind Coffee. This is all fine. This is all fine. No contact, doesn't seem like. What happens then? Yeah, he lost it a little bit. He was losing it. If I pause it, you might be able to get... You can see it there. The Alpine's all out of shape. I can't really watch it slowly because this doesn't let it, unless, let's see if it does. No, I don't want to trim it. You do see slightly there, the Alpine has lost it. That's why the incident happens. I was sure You know, I'm glad it's not a brake check first and foremost. He's just lost it. There you go. So, sadly, Coffee lost it, and that's why Mike just went into him. Sadly, Mike has been DNF'd as a result. That's mental. That's caused so much from an unfortunate slip there from Coffee. Yeah, he definitely 100% lost the car. Definitely feel sorry for him on that one. There you go. Anyone watching the stream can obviously see that he has just lost the car, sadly. So everybody is on the fresh soft tyres. Wizard is the only driver with a penalty. Let's check what that penalty is. It's 3 seconds. I bet the safety car will likely be in this lap as well. Yeah, Mike's home race as well. Yep. Very unfortunate for him. I mean, fortunately he's not a full-time driver first and foremost. Obviously gutted that he's in the incident. But I mean, it is an incident, but it's an accident more like anything, you know. It's not like Coffee meant to slip. 2 Dutchmen going at it though, that's for sure. Anyways, we are about to get underway now. Should we get the telemetry up? I think we shall. Pesci is now gone. He has 100% gone. And they've all followed well. Merck is there, but Drac has lost some time. And to turn 1, Hayes had a look down the inside, but they're still at it. Lynx has made a move on Wizard Rex now. Up into P7. And Mr. Poem is ahead of Coffee and up into P10. This could be big for Poem here. He needed something, and he's got something. He's got a safety car to get him back into this. He's having an attack on the C-Lane. He's got through on C-Lane. I think the Aston Martins trading their places there. Mr. Poem now up into P9. Good restart from the safety car for Mr. Poem. That is what he needed to get his race back on track here. But Pesci and Hazer, 1 and 2, with arguably the quickest driver tonight, Bad Boy in P3. I think Bad Boy has been the quickest driver, but Pesci may not be far behind him. I think Hazer has arguably been the slowest of these 3 so far. He finds himself right in the middle of them. It's a purple second sector for Bad Boy, but I think Pesci may be about to take the fast lap unless Bad Boy can get close enough. But they're getting closer here. Hazer may be better off taking the lead. That is what he may try to do to hold up Pesci. He's going to go for the lead. Hazer gets a fast lap of 109.9. And here he comes down the inside of turn 1. They are side by side. Absolutely entertaining stuff here on the exit. Now it's turn 2 and landing into the hairpin of turn 3. Pesci runs a bit deep. Hazer goes deeper. Hazer all the way round the outside, all around the world. They're still side by side. Can the McLaren hold on? Yes, he can. But Bad Boy is still in the picture. It's a 3-way battle for the win here tonight. Pesci leads from Hazer from Bad Boy. We've got 4.5 laps remaining. This is what UFRL wants to see. Hazer runs a bit wide though. He goes a bit wider, all out of shape there, the Red Bull of Bad Boy. Compromising him a little bit, and that will lose him a 10th or 2 on the rear of Hazer. Just going to drop it down momentarily towards Link's piece. I'm sure I can't do it for too much longer because I need to get onto the leaders, onto the straight. Link's piece though all over Russell Bolt. Poem did rise ahead of Wizard Rex and up to P8 though. Let's go back up to these front runners though. Got Pesci, Hazer and Bad Boy out of battery. Bad Boy is flashing. This is not going to be the Bad Boys race unless these 2 drivers make a big mistake here, surely. Hazer still on the rear of Pesci for the win. Who's going to get it? Will it be Pesci? Will it be Hazer? Will it be Bad Boy? Or will we get a shock from further behind? We've got, what, about 3 3/4 laps remaining here. And it is still incredibly close between Pesci, Hazer and Bad Boy. Nobody wants a 3-second penalty. Certainly not any of these 3 drivers here at the front. Merck is just hanging on in there. He wants to keep within DRS range. He's just about doing so at 6 tenths and now 7 tenths behind. But the top 3 are going gung-ho here. Down into turns 11 and 12, down at the chicane, out of turn 12, and running into turn 13 now. All the 7 drivers at the front, all in DRS range of each other. Pesci could be in trouble here. Will we get DRS's lap? I think, is it this lap or next lap? It's this lap. They've got DRS now. Pesci may be under pressure from Hazer to turn 1. Gets incredibly close at Hazer. Is he going to have a look? He's got a wheel there, but Pesci hangs on. Bad Boy still wanting to make a move here on Hazer. Absolutely unbelievable how close they're getting to each other. Merc and Drac have caught up. Bolt is there and Lynx is right there as well. It is a 7-way battle for the win. I say for the win, for podium at least, anyway. And don't forget, Jack was involved, Lynx was involved in the incident earlier on before the race, and they could still get penalties potentially. One or both of them, or whatever happens, we'll see. I might rewatch that at the end of the stream. I think I probably will. But let's see, Hazer here, still all over the rear of Pesci. Is he going to make the move, or will he hang in behind until the final lap? If he does hang in behind, that could give Bad Boy or even Merc a chance to go for an overtake. So we can't hold on too much longer, because the guys behind will get impatient and they may go for it. Bad Boy, does he tap Hazer there? I think he did tap the AlphaTauri, but now they're all going to get DRS. Bad Boy is in there, Hazer is in there. Pesci defends the inside line or the outside, and it's going to be 4-way. Merc hangs on, and Steelade with a mistake. Hazer the inside line, through goes Bad Boy into the lead. The Red Bull takes advantage. They're all squabbling so hard here. Pesci under pressure from Merc. No moves being made there. Destroyer Drag versus Bolt and Lynx going at it. Lynx taking Bolt, a bit of contact between them as well. And Coffee with an error, it seems. He is slowing down in P10, but they're all at it here. Hard racing. I mean, what's the gap between these guys? Less than 2 seconds between the top 7. Less than 2 seconds. That is incredible. We are on to the penultimate lap. 1.5 laps remaining here at Zandvoort. It's Bad Boy from Hazer from Pesci. Bad Boy has no battery remaining, it seems. And now we are about to start the final lap. Will Hazer take the lead? Will Pesci go for it here? It's going to be one of these 3, you'd imagine. Surely. Pesci gets onto the curb. He's lost loads of time. Look how much he's lost. Pesci under pressure from Merc, and here comes Hazer into turn 1. Hazer leads, and Merc takes Pesci. They are side by side. Pesci on the outside, Merc on the inside. They're going at it. Hard racing here, but Pesci made a big error, and Merc is still trying to hang on, but he couldn't take advantage of Pesci there. Yellow flags for Bad Boy. It's Bad Boy again. What is going on? The Red Bull. He is under pressure. Hazer now leads. Somehow Hazer's going to go on to win, and it's going to look commanding, but it's been anything but. Hazer leads, but Pesci under pressure from Merc, who is under pressure from Destroyer Jack. All 4 placed on the podium. Hazer's going to extend his championship lead somehow. I mean, unbelievable how he's able to do it. Bad Boy down to P9. He is gutted over that. And as you can see, we're about to go on to the final straight here at Zandvoort. But I think it's going to be one man, and one man only. The championship leader Hazer will contest. He will deliver on April Fool's Day. He's not fooling you. Hazer wins at Zandvoort. He has done it again. Pesci P2, Destroyer Track P3. And might I add, by the way, I am pretty sure I won Zandvoort for AlphaTauri in Tier 2. Beast won for AlphaTauri at Zandvoort in Tier 3. Hazer's won for AlphaTauri at Zandvoort in Tier 1. It's a triple bill for AlphaTauri at Zandvoort this season. But it's Hazer, Pesci and Destroyer Jack on the podium. Jack clinching a podium from Merc. Incredible ending to this race. Lynx P5, Bolt P6, Poem taking P7. But Hazer has delivered and wins in style. Absolutely brilliant racing at the end there. I mean, it may have been a bit quieter in the first half of that race, maybe in the first 2/3 of the race. But wow, Hazer. Absolutely amazing how he's able to do that. There you go, that is the podium done. There's an incident between Hazer and Bad Boy. Was there? I saw Bad Boy go off. I didn't know there was an incident between them. Was that when Bad Boy went off? I'm not too sure, you know. But we'll see. I mean, maybe something happened between them. I'm not too sure. But, obviously go by the race results. Hazer has obviously won, but we'll see what happens. I don't think they did. I think Bad Boy just went wide. It didn't look like it anyway. Look at all your warnings. Okay, let's have a little look then, shall we? Lap 20, lap 20, lap 20, lap 20. Are you right there, Wizard Mate? Lap 20 was not your favourite lap, was it now? Wow. Anyways, Hazer, Pesci and Drac, well done for getting a podium as well. How'd you get all your warnings on the same lap? But that is, yeah, pretty mental. Anyway, should we have a look? We did clip 2 incidents in the race. I think we should have a little look at them, shall we? If anybody wants to hang on and watch the incidents. Let's first of all, we're going to start with the one between Coffee and Drac, just because, not Coffee and Drac, Coffee and Mike. Obviously, we did show it when the race was going on, but anybody watching now can see it as well. Wait for it to load. And you can see that the Alpine has just slipped, which is why the incident occurs. So it's quite clear to see. We can't slow it down on this view, but you can very clearly see that he has slipped here. Just there, Coffee just slips, and it's so unfortunate for Mike. I mean, couldn't get any more unfortunate than that. That is gutting. Feel sorry for Mike on that one. But yeah, it was just a slip from Coffee ahead. I wasn't too sure what had happened, like in terms of could it have been like a brake check, for instance. Like Coffee's not that driver to do a brake check. I know that, but like on only one view, it looked tricky to see. Like, but I wasn't sure. Could it have been a slip as well? And obviously on that view, I saw it later on during the race as well under the safety car. I decided, oh yeah, actually no, that was definitely a slip. Right, so that was that one. And let's go and have a little look at the second one, shall we? This was the Drac and Lynx one. I have not seen this one back, by the way. So I'm kind of wondering what is going to happen. Let's have a little look, shall we? Oh, this is going to be fun to watch. So Destroyer Drac and Lynx piece, which we'll go up to in a second. Obviously, this is not what's going on right now. Right, there you go. Now I'm going to go up because I see Drax taking Lynx. Come on, hurry up, go up. What am I doing? There you go. Right. Side by side, side by side, side by side. The Red Bull doesn't leave a lot of space there, does he? I don't think Lynx has left a lot of space, personally. If I go back a bit, rewatch it again. Alright, I'll go forward. Crikey. One more. That should do it. Let's watch it again. How much space does he get then is the question. Right, so there. I'm just gonna like do freeze frames effectively. I mean, he's ahead there, but he rides over the curb as well. And then that's the space he's been left with. So Lynx has gone over the curb. Doesn't help. Drac's gone off track. Drac can't do anything at this point. He can't even rejoin safely because of how that corner occurs. There's no chance that he could rejoin safely anyway. So that second part was always going to happen. Again, if I go back, okay. Actually, that's pretty good. Watch it in full speed again. You can see he just goes over the curb slightly, and that means that he's gone into Drac, unfortunately. Yeah, that'll be one for the stewards to look at, and obviously that happens afterwards, and that actually caused the safety car. It wasn't the funnest of safety cars, though, was it? I mean, I don't know what that safety car was doing. Anyways, they were the two things that we clipped. So yeah, interesting events. I mean, that would definitely go to the stewards, I'm sure. But the one between Coffee and Mike was just unfortunate. Coffee just lost it, unfortunately. But yeah, Hazer, again, I mean, winning when it wasn't actually the quickest driver. It's fair to say. I think Bad Boy was surely the quickest driver in that one. I mean, his pace, especially after he pitted, was absolutely mesmerising. And he looked like he was surefire to win that race there, Bad Boy. Absolutely. I'm not saying with ease, but he did look pretty comfortable in winning it. And then he made a massive error. That was only a couple of corners after Hazer made an error. I kind of wish I'd actually saved that one. But the racing at that point, I had to stick with the racing. But I would have loved to be able to show that one back. Because, wow. Hazer making an error and then Bad Boy making an error 2 corners later is not what you'd expect to see. And that was when they were first and second with Pesci behind Hazer. And Pesci took the lead. At lap 24, the race really blew up. So lap 24 onwards, if you're wondering when did the race start to get good, lap 24 is when it started to get good. Anyways, that has been Tier 1 for UFRL tonight. Again, Hazer, Pesci and Destroyer Jack all on the podium. Let's see, what have we got in store for us? Well, tomorrow night in Tier 2, I should know, but I'm actually going to recheck. So, oh yeah, it's at Spa, Belgium. It's a sprint race as well for Tier 2 tomorrow night. That'll be from 8 o'clock, so definitely be getting some practice in for that one. Tier 3, 8 o'clock PM will be at Paul Ricard, France. That'll be on Wednesday night. Friday night, and it will be at the Circuit of the Americas, of course, at the USA. Friday night, 8 o'clock. And then Saturday, 9 o'clock PM, the international tier, and it will be at Suzuka, at Japan. Oh, that's an interesting one. Japan's always one that could bring a bit of tension into it. Good strategies as well. But yeah, anyways, those were just a couple of things that we clipped. Again, not obviously the Jack and Lynx one was bigger, and you've had a little watch of it, so you've got an idea of what happened. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you for watching this evening's race. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, or if you watch it back, hopefully you enjoy it as well. We've been UFRL, I've been Viva. Thank you for watching, and good night.